Paulette Nardal, the first black woman to attend La Sorbonne.
Blah, 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 black icons.
But Miss Nardal was so much more than that. On top of being a journalist, author, and activist, she and her sisters actually helped spark the Negritude movement. As Kai Mora writes, the Nardal sisters were the unsung heroes of the Negritude movement. They were some of the greatest minds the black intellectual world had to offer in Pan-Africanism's infancy. But what is Negritude? Well, developed in the 1930s by French-speaking African and Caribbean writers living in Paris, Negritude was an anti-colonial, cultural, and political movement that sought to reclaim and cultivate black consciousness across Africa and its diaspora. Figures like Aimé Césaire, Léon Damas, and Léopold Sédar Senghor were instrumental in propelling this movement forward and asserting an identity that black people around the world could call their own. As did Paulette Nardal. Born in 1896 in Martinique, Miss Nardal was no stranger to racial consciousness and black intellectual thought. In fact, her family was known for its love of knowledge and black pride. See, in 1929, three Nardal sisters, of which there were 7, opened up the Salon de Clamart, a gathering where black intellectuals could meet and reflect on the conditions of black peoples. The Salon de Clamart also cultivated an intellectual environment that helped Miss Nardal establish the Revue du Monde Noir, a journal that would become an important source for future Negritude scholars and produce some of the major ideas of the Negritude movement. In fact, it was through her literary salon and writings that Nardal introduced other black French intellectuals to the works of members from the Harlem Renaissance. La Revue du Monde Noir was really a precursor and source of black intellectual thought long before the official decolonization of black people. And Paulette Nardal was its driving force. She was one of the first to talk about the unequal treatment of black women within the black intellectual community and did all she could to highlight the pivotal role black women played in the movement for black consciousness. In fact, as if to confirm all of her contributions to the Negritude movement, Paulette Nardal even received Senegal's highest honor of Commandeur de l'Ordre National by then-President Léopold Sédar Senghor. Of course, there's so much more to say about Paulette Nardal's incredible life, but what I will say is that her and her sisters effectively played a big role in shaping black identity across the Pan-African world, and one cannot talk about La Negritude without talking about everything Paulette Nardal and her sisters contributed to it.
I am a Negritude, not just in hue, but in the vine colorful essence. A daughter of the soil, a walking testament to my resilience. I am what your hope looks like, crossing lakes, valleys, and oceans. A professional at what I do and what patience looks like in motion. But don't get it twisted, I'm polished in purpose. Seasoned in strategy, I'm a quiet storm. Built differently ahead of the curve and away from the norm. Not your regular runway slave. No, I'm not just a pretty face. Take away my liberty, I promise tomorrow I will rise with grace.